In the previous episode of Hermitcraft, we got to check out the interiors of the warehouse of our concrete factory. And boy oh boy, is it insanely gorgeous inside of here. I absolutely love what Corrales has done with the place. This is just so inspiring. And I've actually spent my time going around and checking out how many diamonds we've made, and I've got some great news. Business is booming. And later on in this episode, I want to come back here and decorate this because this should totally be our little office space, right? And this is where we'll go and drop off the diamonds. So we both made a whopping 28 diamonds from sales of concrete. It is all starting to work now. We sold a few of those from the discount llamas, but it was mainly inside that we made the bulk of our sales. Which reminds me, we got to rebuild this staircase here. That's what we're going to be doing at the beginning of this episode, and also building the concrete maker. This is a really cool little contraption that kind of visually makes concrete, even though it doesn't really. But today, my friends, is an episode all about diamonds because we've got more to collect before we get to any building. I didn't actually come over here and check. Oh, look at that. We have made some other sales as well. That is fantastic. But I spoke to Cub Fan. We'll be seeing Cub later on in this episode. And my goodness me, we are selling things out. Look at this. All of the honeycomb blocks have been sold out, which is why I brought some over here to restock. And we've sold out all of this as well. This is incredible. We are rolling in diamonds today, my friends. So when I was with Cub earlier, which you'll see later on in this episode, he also went and brought out this massive stash of honeycomb blocks that I had hidden away in the rock shop. So inside of our beautifully decorated rock shop, I'd completely forgotten that we had a stash of honeycomb blocks left here in this janky old chest. We sold another 43 stacks of diamonds. So of course I went and I turned on my farms over in our area, and yeah, they've been cranking out more honeycomb. And it don't stop there, my friends. I've just been reminded, yeah, we have some profits here. You know, I've been coming over here and just restocking them, but I like to leave the diamond collection for on camera, so we've got a whole bunch more here to pick up. And this, I think, is the last of it. A whopping 34 diamonds. 2 stacks right there. 2 stacks of diamonds. This is our best day on the server so far, I think. And look at that, we've also sold some ink sacks. Oh, we are rolling in it. So we've collected our diamonds, and before we can start work renovating the entrance over here, we need to restock the concrete. And I've had a little bit of a problem with our concrete blast chamber. It is running into some problems, unfortunately. So it's been a while since we last talked about the blast chamber project, and that's just because it's been kind of grindy. I've just been heading over here, chipping away at the project wherever I can, and now you can see quite a lot's been done. We've got this piping system being built up, and it allows us to push in blocks from 3 locations. So one of those will be over here, another one over there, and the third location is just below me, where I've rebuilt the concrete powder system that you would have seen before for pushing in the blocks. And I've also got tons of concrete powder prepared for restocking the shop, but unfortunately ran into a little bit of a problem with this thing. So heading to the inside of the blast chamber, you'll notice that there are a lot of blocks missing in the middle here, and that's because something went wrong with the TNT duper. It seemed to have blown up right here in the middle and taken out all of this stuff, which I don't know what caused that after it worked so well for so long. Also down below we can also see that there is a ridiculous amount of blocks down here, so something bad clearly happened in this farm and I got to fix it up and rebuild it. Now when I rebuilt this, I reset absolutely everything back to normal, including the counters, and as you'll see here, the block in the middle gets filled in, and that's the one that the TNT drops through, so something is really off here. And also I kind of realised I should have probably have swapped the cameras around. But by the time I'd done this, I think the first TNT explosion had actually gone off. However, this time I got to see it on camera. The TNT blows up and yeah, it blew up all of the redstone up top. So inside of here, there is unfortunately gaps in the redstone, and that's because all of this here got blown up. But last time it was even worse because I think I set off a couple other TNT explosions And so all of this stuff was lost and it blew up all the items as well. So I had to craft them all again. Anyway, this time when we rebuild it, what I'm going to do is double check that we aren't supposed to leave some blocks in place, because I actually removed all of the ones feeding into the system, and maybe you're supposed to start with some in place. Anyway, it might be a headache, but we're going to give it one more try. So once again, it looks like I've replaced every single block in the exact correct position. The thing that I did indeed miss was this row of blocks here. They're all in place, and so we'll give this a go with the camera account on, and hopefully we'll survive the first explosion, and then we'll be able to, hopefully, convert the rest of our concrete. So the good news is, with that extra row of blocks, the blast chamber worked, and the TNT successfully blew up the blocks. But there's bad news, and I gotta say I'm losing my motivation pretty rapidly at the moment with this project. The amount of hours trying to fix stuff. So this has happened to me before. I took it on the chin and I fixed it, but look at this. Something has backed up inside of the blast chamber, and then it causes all of the piston feed tapes to push the blocks out of the side, which is an absolute pain in the butt to then go and fix. And I believe it's broken the stuff inside of the blast chamber as well, because all of this is backed up, and then there is somewhere down here like a row of blocks that's come all the way down here, and I just don't know what this means. It probably means I've got to reset the entire machine again. And apparently I left some scaffolding in here. Oh dear. It's unfortunate, but that project over there keeps running into its difficulties, and I'm not going to let it get to me. I'm going to come over here and enjoy working on our concrete shop, because this thing is now very close to being complete. And one of the things we needed to do was renovate the entrance here. We had a bit of a layout flaw, and I tried to combat that with a book that tells you to take the stairs to the left, right? And it just doesn't make much sense. So now we're going to have a staircase just leading you right up into the floor, and I position this so you don't really whack your head on this bit, which is a little bit on the low side. So having now properly redesigned this, it looks much nicer here in the middle. There's now new space for a shelving unit over there, and down at the bottom I moved the book to the side, which kind of grabs your attention, and also this fella pointing you towards the stairs, which it says in the book. So behind you, a small staircase leads to the concrete maker, and that's what we're going to be doing next in this space down here, my friends. Okay then, so I am trying to figure out how we're going to fit this contraption into this space, and I think I've kind of made up my mind now. So this thing is like 25 blocks across and 7 blocks wide. We could even shave off a block if we press it up against a wall. And so that means that we could have this basically running in about this space, and we could use this as a corridor that the player goes by and observes. And now the shape of that has really been sussed out. We got the floor plan in place. These stone blocks are temporary. They kind of show us where the machine is going to occupy, and it literally comes all the way down to the wall here. So perfect spacing for this project. And yes, if you're observant, I do indeed have the tag, which I got just a moment ago. Aha! Look, he remembers! Yeah, I was passing by to pick up some resources, and I thought I'd swing by Corrales' area. So Corrales has 7 points, I have 21. Let's hope that this strategy works out for us, but right now we need to focus on the redstone. I devised a little contraption to make it look like we are pushing sand and gravel into a machine. Now we're going to have 2 tracks that run through the entirety of this machine, so the redstone is essentially going to be cloned. So this is what the first contraption looks like, and using observers we are basically powering pistons in a sequence to move sand blocks along. I'm actually going to put a few of these in place. I think there might be one more in that formula, I'm not entirely sure. But down the bottom here we're going to have a clock that controls all of these circuits. So when I hit this over here, yeah, it starts to create the illusion of pushing the sand around, although it's going a little too fast. So it's been adjusted. I'm also now realizing this is essentially going to be an annoying contraption as well. Oh, did it just make one of those disappear? I think it did. And they're slightly out of sync with one another. So yeah, it looks like we're pushing sand and gravel into our machine. Now what we'll also be doing here, when I figure out what blocks are going to do this, is kind of covering some of this stuff up, right? So there'll be blocks over the top to cover up the pistons. And with that, the illusion is now set. You can see the gravel and sand being pushed along into the next part of the machine. And this is the perfect location for it as well, as of course we've got the forklift truck and the bays of sand and gravel over here. So, to communicate what's going on here, I've thrown down some sand and gravel, and this needs some more detail, but the general concept is there. The way these tracks bring the minecart chests over to this spot really kind of tells you the story of the materials being deployed. Now, the next bit of redstone that's going to follow this is actually the same circuit all over again, but this time we're going to have some coloured concrete powder going through. So there we go. Notice the timing of this, by the way. I've perfectly synchronized the circuit, so one material moves and then the other one, although over here that's not doing it quite like it is here. Very peculiar. Anyway, this is where the blocks then go across again, so you don't see the pistons pushing. What you see is the blocks getting moved along. And then it'll be in this space around here that we want to create something visual of like dyes or colours coming down from a vat up above. So it really tells the story of the materials getting mixed together. It was from working on the concrete shop itself, when I was tidying away, I decided to colour code all of the coloured blocks from that build and put them into these shulker box. I'm not sure if I'm going to get along with this or not, because it means I've got to make a trip all the way back here just to pick up a few coloured blocks. It will probably be worth it in the long run to be more organised, and one of the first things you might notice here is that we've actually built things a step up now. The floor has been raised. And that's because at this level you can't sort of see beyond the gravel or the blue over here and see that there's actually 2 rows of this. And this is a problem, you see. I designed this contraption in creative mode, and when I was thinking about decorations and stuff, I was sort of flying up around in my creative world looking at it. So details like having the blue wall down there are no longer visible. I did have like hoppers and stuff, but when you're looking at this thing from down below, you really only see the top part of it. And so for that, I'm thinking about making all of this just a little bit smaller. Maybe we'll take away these iron blocks because they're not all necessary, and we'll hook it up like we have over here. So we're basically going to do a similar thing again, but this time we'll have water coming through the trapdoors, as of course the next step is to turn the powder into concrete. By the skin of my teeth was I able to fit this next bit of redstone in. You see, this was actually 1 block higher, my original design, and there's the stairs. Luckily, I was able to compact the redstone a little bit, and now it just squeezes into here. Now this is pretty much the same circuit again, but there's a bit more redstone over the back there because it also has to push the block down. What we were doing before just relied on gravity to let it fall down, so now we need this additional piston, which is probably going to end up being on display, as we'll have iron blocks at this level coming over to here. So having fired up the redstone, it almost looks like it's not working correctly as this extends when that one wants to push. But that happens to actually push it at the same speed as the blocks over here. Terrific. Right. So let's get the details in here. I'm also going to add something over the back there. Let's get this top area finished up now because it's pretty much ready to go. This project's turned out fantastic. I love how it looks down here. I've got ideas for more details, maybe introducing some workers with armor stands, but I think that stuff's going to come at another time. There's probably some edges and stuff I need to finish up as well. Decided to keep the pistons on display here as if they're, being sent along and pushed down into storage, something along those lines. But what we got to do next is hook this thing up to a switch to turn it all on. So a visitor can come over here, hit this switch, and make it active. But that's not happening right now. So I need to power this block from that redstone line that the lever up there controls. And do you know what? I think this is actually really simple. I can just kind of mirror this, because then this redstone torch will be interacting with the same 2 pieces of redstone. Excellent. So if we swap that for all 3 of our clocks, we can bring in power from the side that is powered by the lever up top. So we have a line of redstone going all the way to the end, controlling all 3 of the clocks, so a visitor can come by, hit the switch, activate the machine, and off it goes. I was just thinking though, it all fires up at once, so maybe it'd be a good idea to put some repeaters in between the 2 circuits. So this fires up first, then the next one. Down here at the end, this piston isn't firing. Right, I've made a mistake around here. It is all fixed up and clean in here now, my friends, and when these machines are running, the game gets a little bit choppy, so I think I'm going to dedicate a live stream to coming over here, throwing in some more details into this area. My mind is still brewing with creativity for this little project, and one of the things we'll do is rebuild the redstone down below so that these run a little bit slower. Like this could push a couple of times, then the next one, and then the ones over there, and then it goes back to the beginning, so there's no craziness all at once. So anyway, if you want to catch that, it'll be happening on twitch.tv/xisuma. That's where I do my live streams. Be sure to go over there and hit the follow button. And now let's move on to the next part of this video. So my friends, I have suited up. We need to make an impression as I have a proposal to propose to the Hermiton Herald, which you can see over my shoulder there. This thing has automatically updated to the latest edition. Beautiful technology. It's like free delivery, right? And so here it is, Hermiton Herald Volume 2. Button Man Mayor. Newspaper uncovers secret campaign. Through crack reporting skills, the Herald has discovered that Mumbo is making a bid for mayor. No one seems to know exactly what he wants to be mayor of or what the job will actually entail. This, my friends, is my proposal. We need to conduct an interview with Mumbo. I'm sure everyone, not just you and I, is itching to know what exactly Mumbo wants to become mayor of and what he's going to do as mayor. So with the help of the Hermiton Herald, we could conduct an interview and find out exactly what Mumbo is up to. And for a little context, the Button Man has been putting up these Mumbo For Mayor signs everywhere. All you got to do is look around a little bit in the shopping district and you'll spot them at just about every spot. Look, one over here. There's one outside Jevon's TNT store. This is some aggressive campaigning going on. So I want to do some reporting, and the Hermiton Herald is hiring, I've heard. And looky who's here.
Oh, hello, Asuma. How are you, sir?
I am doing fantastic, and I have something for you. It is my resume.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I was expecting this. You're one of the first candidates to apply for this position. We should take a look at this. Let me read through this. Let me see here. Okay, Mr. B. Suma. Is that your full legal name?
Yeah, this is my full legal name, my friend.
Let's see. We got Buzzville High Grad. Awesome. Buzzville University School of Buzz. Ooh, Buzz University. How was that? How was your time at university?
I tell you, my friend, it was buzzing.
Oh, okay. Fluent in Buzzian. Very nice, very nice. It says here, stories stick like honey. What exactly
I mean,
does that mean?
they stick in the mind of the reader for a long time.
Oh, okay.
High quality
okay.
journalism, you know?
Smells vaguely of honey. You put that in your resume.
I mean, just have a sniff.
Vague scent. Okay. I mean that's a pretty good thing to have, to be real. Okay, Suma. Listen. Let's get down to it here.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure. I'm not sure you're the man for the job.
Ah.
I think it might be. Whoa. Whoa. Wait, hold on a second. Maybe you are the man for the job.
That's what it takes, my friend. A good journalist's hat. You know?
Yeah, that's only they don't give that to just anybody. That's to the most prestigious reporters in Buzz University. So
Indeed.
I mean, I think that seals it. I think you might be the man for the job. Do you know what the job is, by the way?
It's interviewing Mumbo, right?
That's it. That's it.
The mysterious man, the creator of the button, who's running for mayor, and we don't even know mayor of what. And we need to find out.
Right, exactly. We need you to get in there. We need you to get us the facts, the details, the inside info about this mayor, this candidate Mumbo.
So we have our first job to conduct, my friends, and the Mumbo Jumbo is online, and I've been able to wrangle him over here to the Hermiton Herald headquarters. Mr. Mumbo Jumbo, the candidate himself.
Hello, how's it going?
Hi, I'm a reporter now.
I've noticed that you have. I mean, yeah, your suit is looking
very fancy.
It's serious business. Yeah, very, very fancy.
I'm doing some serious journalism for the Hermiton Herald. So I thank you for coming over here.
No problem. No problem. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I would like to ask you some questions so we can clarify your position in the Hermiton Herald. This can be, you know, your opportunity to get your word out there to all the constituents of the Hermitcraft server, you know?
Okay. I mean, is this to do with the Mumbo For Mayor stuff? Like, is this to do with me?
Exactly, it is with your beautiful campaign that you've been putting everywhere around the server.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess that is something that has happened. Okay, what sort of questions do you fancy asking me? Is there?
Well, I can't tell you in advance. Look, let's make things
okay.
formal here. I'm going to put my hat
Okay.
on and
Wow,
conduct
wow.
an interview with you, sir. Okay? I've got my
Alright,
I've got
sounds
my
good.
journal and I got my microphone ready. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
What do you plan to do if you become mayor?
What do I plan to do if I become mayor? Honestly, I haven't thought that far. I haven't thought that far ahead. I only found out I was becoming mayor like a couple days ago.
What do you plan on being mayor of?
I guess I plan on being mayor of all of Hermitcraft and all of. I guess I could be mayor of the Hermitcraft server and all related servers. And yeah, I mean, is that right? Would I be mayor of that much, or am I only the mayor of one house? I don't know. Mayor of everything.
And what made you want to run for mayor in the first place?
I guess it would just be the posters that were put up about me being mayor. I mean, honestly, I didn't even know that we were planning on having a mayor, but I guess if there's posters everywhere, I might as well run for mayor. So then now I'm running for mayor.
What do you eat your cereal with?
A spoon.
Ah, wise choice. Stops your hands from getting messy. I should really try that.
Yeah, it seems like if I was mayor, okay, then everyone would be eating their cereals with spoons. That's one thing that I can promise.
So your campaign can promise spoons for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have to pay for them.
I like the sound of this. And is there anything you'd like to say to our audience?
Okay, so I may not have realised that I was running for mayor, and I may not have any plan as to what I'm going to do when I'm mayor, and I don't even know what I'm being mayor of, but I still think I'm the right person for the job, so you should definitely vote for me. Mumbo for mayor.
Well then, Mumbo, thank you ever so much for your time. I'll be writing up the answers to your these questions, and I'll be delivering them to the Herald, and we'll get the word out there for you.
That sounds good to me. I hope I didn't embarrass myself too much.
I don't know if you did or not, but I just want to say that skin is terrifying me.
Yeah, no, that will definitely change before I become mayor. That's for certain. There's no way that
And the
this is
back of
sticking
your head.
around.
The back of your head.
It's a mess.
I
Yeah.
gotta see it. Oh my word.
Well, that's how the mustache got onto the poster.
That is
That's
true.
where it's been removed from.
Oh, and now it's been duplicated and cloned the world
I
over.
know, it's a mess.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, Mumbo, thank you so much for your time.
No problem. See you again soon.
So this may not have been what Cub or Cleo was expecting, but I've decided to move in to the Hermiton Herald, and I've set myself up with a tiny little office area here, filled with all the things I need: a seat, a table to write at, I've got my beehive over here, and we've got a filing cabinet for my microphone and for the Mumbo report, which I'm going to throw in here. And you can go check that out, what's in there, on, Cub and Cleo's videos. So I am loving my role as a reporter here, and I'm wondering, will we get to interview Mumbo again? Will there be other candidates putting their hat in for mayor? Who knows? It's going to be exciting times ahead. And of course, make sure you subscribe if you want to catch all of the action over here on my channel with the Hermitcraft episodes. And if you enjoyed this one, be sure to leave a like. But that is it from me. So thank you ever so much for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.